Welcome back to another episode of Gritontherocks podcast, the podcast for men who work hard, think deep, sip slow, and don't need to scream to be heard. I'm your host, David, the guy who still holds doors open, doesn't post gym selfies, and isn't afraid to call out BS in a three-piece suit or basketball shorts if needed. And today, we're getting into it. We're getting into it. So what are we talking about? We're talking about alpha or asshole, decoding modern masculinity. Because fellas, somewhere between Andrew Tate and emotional support puppies, the definition of masculinity got kind of murky. You know how we do. This is Grit on the Rocks podcast, a Buenos Dias media production.
This podcast is a Buenos Dias media production.
This is the Grit on the Rocks podcast, where raw conversations meet smooth sips. Pull up a chair, pour your favorite drink, puff on your favorite cigar, and join us as we dive into the convos that matter. No scripts, no barriers, just unfiltered truth served straight up. Cheers to the real ones out there. Salud.
Yeah. You know, I'm all about being a proud man, being proud to be a man, to be that manly man that does manly things. I like to think that I carry myself in a way that says a lot about me without having to say anything at all, right? Without using words. A leader, a builder, a mentor, someone who inspires respect as much as he gives it, right? An alpha male in my surroundings, but without the needless aggressions that you see many times. But what does alpha male truly mean today, right? Something to think about. So let's dive into that.
The views and opinions expressed by the host, guest, and/or participants of this show do not necessarily reflect the opinions of Buenos Dias Media LLC, its associates, partners, and show sponsors. The content is intended for entertainment purposes and should not be construed as professional advice. Listener discretion is advised.
So they say that, right? Real strength is quiet. That fake strength yells. The loudest dude in the room is often the weakest. The man flexing the most usually is compensating for the least. See, a true alpha doesn't announce he's an alpha. He just handles business. Calm, steady, consistent, confident. Like a bottle of 18-year-old Macallan, right? Smooth, but never soft. So let's define some things here. So the alpha archetype in its best form is a leader, a protector, a builder, someone who is calm under pressure. He listens, makes decisions. He doesn't dominate, he inspires. Now, the asshole, in the other hand, he mimics confidence but bleeds insecurity. He bullies to feel big. He controls or tries to control to hide fear. He talks over people. He gaslights women and calls it quote unquote leadership. See, that's just being loud and lonely, in my opinion, right? So true masculinity doesn't diminish others to prove a point. It elevates. Let me paint a picture for you. Alpha helps his friends start a business, while an asshole laughs at his friends for trying. An alpha takes accountability, but an asshole blames his mama, his ex, his past, the world, the energy, whatever he can blame, but never takes accountability. See, there's a difference. Because sadly, these lines have been blurred over time. Being an alpha has become a sign of toxic, meathead masculinity BS, which is why anyone who claims to be a manly man is considered nowadays toxic, a machista, chauvinistic. But there's a real difference between being a douchebag and a dominant male. There's a difference between a pacifist and a puss, or an alpha and an asshole. Following? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? So before we continue, let's hear a word from one of our friends.
Looking to connect with like-minded men who share your drive for success and passion for the finer things in life? Welcome to the Apex Gentlemen's Guild, a private members club for men who value ambition, camaraderie, giving back, and personal growth. For a limited time while we're fully remote, you can join the guild for free. Gain access to tons of motivational content, exclusive events, insightful discussions, and a network of high-performance individuals. Don't miss this chance to elevate your social circle. Request to join today at facebook.com/groups/Apex Gentlemen's Guild, or give us a like at facebook.com/Apex Gentlemen's Guild. The Apex Gentlemen's Guild, excellence forged in unity.
All right, welcome back. All right, so now let's talk about the modern man's dilemma. Because right now, men are stuck between extremes, right? When we look at it. If you're too sensitive, right? No, if you are sensitive, you're considered too sensitive, right? So be sensitive, but not too sensitive. Be a leader, but not toxic. Be masculine, but make sure it's an approved version. And to be honest, this gets a little exhausting at times, right? No wonder so many men are asking, what am I even supposed to be at this moment, right? So here's the truth. Men, you're supposed to be you. Just a version with discipline, integrity, and self-awareness. I'm going to say that again because many people tell you, just be you. And even if you're a douche, they're just telling you to be you, so they're telling you to continue to be a douche. But no, I'm telling you be you, but just a version of you with discipline, with integrity, and self-awareness. I mean, you could be the guy who bench presses 300 pounds, but still go to therapy. You can run a company and still cook dinner for your kids. You can drink bourbon neat or whiskey like I do and cry at the Lion King. It's not about soft versus hard. It's about real versus performative. So with that in mind, let's take a moment to do some whiskey bar wisdom.
Whiskey bar wisdom. Ooh.
All right, there's nothing magical about it. Here, drink this. Tell me what's on your mind. Come on.
Whiskey bar wisdom. You provide the stories, we provide the opinions, unprofessional advice and the laughter. Grit on the Rocks podcast.
All right, so it's time for some whiskey bar wisdom where you guys, send your emails or your messages and we laugh and question our life's choices and we try to help people, sort of, right? So today we have 2 submissions for our whiskey bar wisdom. And our first one comes from Brian in Minnesota. Hey, gritontherocks. My girlfriend's dog has a birthday party every year. There's cake, hats, a playlist. I've been dating her for about 8 months. This year I was asked to dress as a butler to serve the dog cupcakes. Is this love or should I fake a work emergency? Dude, I gotta say I understand love and sometimes we jump through hoops to please those we're in love with. But the truth is, unless that dog is investing into your 401k or giving you some stock tips or something like that, you don't need to serve it like it's royalty, right? Love is compromise, But dressing like Jeffrey and Fresh Prince to serve a Chihuahua, sort of like a hostage negotiation, right? So, bro, blink twice if you need help, Brian. Our second email comes from Marcus in Atlanta, and this is a short one. It says, my barber just moved to Texas. Do I follow him or try someone new? I haven't trusted anyone else with my lineup in 6 years. I gotta tell you, as someone who's been with the same barber for the past 10 years, I gotta say that's one of the most steady relationship us men have most times, right? We're very faithful to our barbers, and it gets weird, you know? So this is sort of like heartbreak, Marcus. I get it. You know, losing your barber is worse than sometimes losing certain relationships in our life. I'm going to tell you this. Get out there. Start dating new barbers slowly. Don't rush it. Trust is earned one fade at a time. All right, so let's wrap up here with this practical game here on how to build masculinity that doesn't make you into a jerk or a doormat, right? So number 1 on this list is find stillness. Masculine energy is still, calm, not passive, but unshaken. You don't react, you respond. Number 2 is take responsibility, not for everything, but for what's yours, your choices, your habits, your energy. Number 3, lead with love, not ego. Whether it's in business or at home, lead because you care, not because you need control. Number 4, sharpen daily. Sharpen daily physically, mentally, spiritually. No growth, no masculinity. Number 5 is build, don't break. Real men build things, legacies, teams, families, visions. While assholes just tear people down, so don't be one. Be a real man. So let's finish off with our final reflection quote. And it says that masculinity isn't about control, it's about courage. The courage to love, to lead, to protect, to grow. And yeah, sometimes the courage to say, I don't have it all figured out, but I'm working on it. Because that is real strength, my friends. So fellas, lead with your heart. Move with your mind. And check your ego at the door like a pair of muddy boots. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with a man who needs to hear it, or a woman who's dating someone who thinks masculinity means never washing a dish. Drop your questions or your submissions for Barstool Banter, Whiskey Bar Wisdom, Hero of the Day. Go to gritontherocks.com, scroll down to the Contact Us section, and submit your message. So until next time, my brethren, remember to keep your spirits high, your cigars lit, your glasses full, and your conversations meaningful. This is Grit on the Rocks podcast. I am your host, David. Till next time, cheers.
Grit on the rocks tonight. Met with hearts like iron bars, tackling life's endless fight, scars becoming stars, diving deep into the void, working streams like candy, family bonds sometimes destroyed, like fate always handy. Real men, real issues here, facing fears like storms at sea. Truth is all we hold dear, weakness set free. Help the battle we all share, fitness built with grit and sweat. Life ain't always fair, don't you dare forget. Challenges rise like mountains tall, through the haze we crawl alone. Echoes in the empty hall, our struggles carved in stone. Voices lost in loud Life ain't always fair, don't you dare forget how the battle we all share. Fitness built with grit and sweat. Life ain't